Do y'all think it's easier to be a creator as a woman or not? Let me ask y'all that real fast, real quick. Generally not. Depends on what you're looking to do. Hell no. What? If you're attractive, yes. Easier to be a creator, harder to get respect. Yes, Papa Tit. That's crazy. It depends, depending on what niche. Okay. Not OnlyFans. Okay, let's just knock that out the park right now. Not OnlyFans. If you sexy. No lie, this season, Demon Slayer and MHA. Okay. Me personally, do I think it's harder? I do think it is more niche dependent than not. But if you're trying to get into gaming, specifically not being like a cozy streamer, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of trouble as a woman creator, bro. That's a man dominated field. But all right, let's get into it, man. Persian, what the fuck did I do?
I'm talking about. The question I get asked most frequently, and feel like I've been asked for years at this point, is if I feel like, as a woman who streams and does not show any of my body, if women who do hot tub streams are hurting me in some way. It's a very specific question that I get quite frequently.
One of the things that still bothers me a little bit about, like, I don't know, having an online presence, I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but I feel like with a lot of like female creators, you're put in one of two boxes. Right. You're either a innocent, virginal, wholesome being who must be protected, or you're a coupling. And there's no in between.
But I have a theory about why this happened. Okay, some people think this is just Pokey. You know, Pokey gets in trouble because that's why this is a big thing. Other people might say sexism at work here. It's because she's a woman.
Hi, I'm Sudhanita, and a lot of people have been asking a lot of details.
Okay, I had to check the playback speed. It is at normal, chat. It is at normal.
About my stalker. This has been going on since October last year or so. I've been assaulted, I've been chased, and people have had to restrain my stalker out in public as he wouldn't leave me alone.
It should not be a part of my job to have to pay money to get this stuff taken down. It should not be part of my job to be harassed, to see pictures of me nude spread around. It should not be something that is found on the internet. It shouldn't be a part of my job.
How do you respond when you hear people say that you don't deserve your fame or success? All you do is monetize your looks or lick a microphone.
I laugh at this, Pokemon. I don't think you should be canceled for this, for the clip, but I think you should be canceled for this because of who you are.
Damn.
You know what I've just realized? Over the years of consuming content on this platform, there isn't a female creator who I watch regularly, and I know this may sound like a self-report, and it's clearly because of the content which I consume, which is true. The content which I consume, girls don't make it, but to be exact, they don't make it how guys make it. But obviously the same can be said in reverse. Guys don't make content how girls do. If I were to look at the content on YouTube through a gendered lens, I can see that guys pretty much do every type of content. Gaming, music, podcasts, group channels, pranks, vlogs, education, animation, art reviews, fashion, food, and even makeup. As a guy, if you wanted to start YouTube tomorrow, you have a whole deck of cards. But what about women? I mean, there's nothing stopping girls from doing gaming content, nothing stopping them from train surfing, or sleeping in a forest, or climbing a building, and yet, girls only mainly occupy a few select categories: food, lifestyle, fashion, and gaming. Perhaps the answer isn't that complicated, right? Okay. They make content which aligns with their interests, but is it truly that simple?
The black
Dozens of grown men and probably about 3 women have crawled out of their...
Is that a young Jimmy Kimmel, chat? First of all, W editing on this video, man. And this is a channel with less than 2,000 subs. W editing, man.
Parents' basements tonight to be first in line to buy the new video game Halo 2.
There was a time on the internet when 99% of the users were male. Guys pretty much outnumber girls like 10,000 to 1. You could probably predict what would happen if a girl were to be spotted in an environment where they pretty much didn't exist. The truth is, being the minority in any environment always comes at a cost. Number 1, you get treated like a protected class so that you aren't treated as lesser for simply being different. Number 2, a portion of people would disagree with the special treatment because it may further the divide between the integration of the minority group with the majority. Basically an argument of equality. Number 3, as the minority, any action you take shall define the group you represent. But there was another factor which affected how girls were treated, and that was the fact that they were girls. A variable which amplified these 3 things. Because unlike
yo, that's a nasty clip to use. Ooh, shiny. Women on the internet. Whoa, so rare. So rare.
Race, nationality, weight, height, or any other different characteristic. Girls were the opposite gender. The gender which they were attracted to, that they would flirt with, that they would try to impress. The gender which they would fight each other over, stake their reputation and pride for, risk their lives, and crash out. To make matters more complex, this is all occurring in an environment where anonymity is prevalent, where things can be said and the consequences are non-existent, which is exactly why that era of the internet is known as the Wild West. Back in 2006 and 2008, people just uploaded whatever, mostly video logs, skits, just the average person messing around with a camera. Then gaming content started becoming more prevalent, and it took over for the next few years. Gaming was and still is demographically male majority, but back then the ratio was more staggering. It was essentially a boys club. It wasn't meant to be that way, but it became that way. So you could probably imagine what would happen when someone who wasn't a boy would join the boys club. It truly must be such an odd experience to just want to play the game normally and get treated like someone who's on an FBI's most wanted list. And even worse is being accused of being in this environment because you like the attention you get, so any complaints you have of how you're treated just gets ignored. I think the term e-girl, which has gone through so many evolutions, truly just shows that girls were the black sheep. The term was even used derogatorily sometimes, but nevertheless. If it wasn't for TikTok, I don't think I would ever see the term e-boy being used, because it just didn't happen. Guys were already the
Nah, e-boys have been a thing before TikTok. I feel like, at least. Like, I don't know if y'all know, ball on like MagCon on YouTube back in the day, bro. That group Shawn Mendes used to be a part of, but yeah, nah. E-boy fuckboys have been a thing though.
Majority online, so the term e-boy was almost counterintuitive. There was guys, then there were girls, then there were e-girls. Now clearly this isn't what the internet is like today, but I think it's important to remember the pillars which our current online space was built on. But with that being said, let's move on to expectations.
Started doing voice acting and creating content on the internet, you were completely faceless, right?
Yes. I just didn't want to. Yeah. But then people were very curious what I looked like because of the voice. Let me tell you, there was a lot of disappointment that day when they saw my face.
Did you lead up to the faces or something?
Well, let's talk about expectations. Everyone has them, especially when pertaining to content. We can all agree that the first expectation we have is to be entertained. No matter what form of content it is, the content has to be engaging. The next one is the split, which sometimes can be both, but people tend to only expect one depending on which content they're watching. Comedic or informative. Sometimes they get both, but again, I wouldn't expect to be watching a murder documentary and for the narrator to be making jokes, the same way that I wouldn't expect to be watching a comedy highlight and expect to be informed. Then I would say knowledge/mastery. Is the person making the content good at what they're doing? Are they proficient? Are they knowledgeable about the topic they're discussing? And lastly would be relatability. Can you relate to the creator in any shape or form? Do you have similar opinions? Are you both knowledgeable? Do you share a passion? Do you have similar lifestyles, similar backgrounds? Do you speak the same language? I would say that these four are the main expectations that we all have, but there are two more categories.
From the women content creators that I do watch, because I actually do watch a decent amount of them, I think like a lot of good social commentary channels, or not even social, just commentary channels in general, are ran by women. Like a lot of lifestyle channels are ran by women too. I think what women are really good at, bro, like really, really good at, that I think men could really learn from, is nailing down their aesthetic. I think women content, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be a crazy editor or graphic designer to really nail your aesthetic down, bro. But a lot of these, a lot of women creators, a lot of women influencers, man, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, bro. Yeah, nah, they are really, really good at knowing what their image is, sticking to that image, and like adapting to it. I feel like a lot of like men content creators have a problem with that, like that identity crisis thing. But nah, women are actually really good at nailing that part of the process really early on. If anything, they nail down that process before anything else, and everything else revolves around that aesthetic. Not gonna lie, women content has been cooking if you're really type shit. If you're really tapped in, bro, women content has been cooking even on YouTube, man.
which I don't think
not
we
on some
consciously
just
acknowledge:
IG thirst
appearance
shit,
and
bro.
role modeling. Role modeling is wherever the content creator is someone whose values and attributes you find virtuous or worth emulating. Basically, is the person someone who you could look up to? Is there something about them that you wish you could do or could have? Whether they're a good or a bad person doesn't really matter, because even bad people have qualities worth emulating. And then we have appearance. Appearance is an interesting thing because it's usually not the focus of a piece of content with a
Jeez, bro. I wish I never get that fat, man. I know I'm fat, bro, but I am never letting myself get to this point, bro. Hell nah. I'm good.
few exceptions, but usually we don't say,
"Okay, I'm gonna watch this YouTube tutorial instead because this person looks better than the other person."
Usually we pick whoever we feel is more qualified to deliver instructions and guide us for our DIY operation, right? Daisy was an Apex Legends pro player and Twitch streamer who blew up because he was one of the best at the game. He never streamed with a face cam though, opting to instead have a keyboard and mouse camera and only revealing his voice to the public. This wasn't that out of the ordinary, but hiding a part of you only raised curiosity to what wasn't being shown. He would eventually do a face reveal live on his stream, which, like any other face reveal, brought a lot of attention and with it a lot of opinions. Now Daisy was a positive guy, not revolved in any drama. He was just someone who was talented at the game. But this face reveal brought a whole nother storm, which many people think was completely unfair and undeserved. I don't know how much this affected him or whether the reception discouraged him from going down this route, so I won't speculate. But to this day, Daisy still doesn't do facecam streams. Another popular creator and Minecraft speedrunner, Dream, did a face reveal after
Dream face reveal going down the history books. Yo, Dream's face reveal is the funniest face reveal I have ever seen. Bro, when I seen this, bro, this shit had me crying. This shit had me crying. Bro, that yo, strong ass chin. Why they start screaming? Bro, he looked, this that ass, bro. When I saw this is legitimately where my mind went to. Like, no troll. Ironically, this is where my mind went to, bro. This right here. Shit's crazy. Look at the resemblance, chat. Look at nah, bro.
after hitting 13 million subscribers and also got a mixed reception.
Oh, he was gonna play it anyway. Oh, he was gonna play it anyways. Nah, that's funny, bro. Oh my god. Nah, these memes are insane. Wait, hold on. Bro.
Corpse Husband, a horror story narrator who's mostly notorious for his unique voice, is another creator who began garnering mystery surrounding his appearance. His voice also earned him a female
Bro, the only time a face reveal I felt like really didn't turn out bad for real was, and this might gonna sound like Glaze, but when Rage did his face reveal, I feel like people already knew what Rage looked like though prior to like his actual face reveal. But like, yeah, Rage had a pretty good face reveal, man. I ain't gonna lie. Pretty good face reveal. Now, there was a point in time where, and maybe I'm misremembering the situation. Motherfuckers was like, all right, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Turn that bitch off. Like, no cap. The streams just don't hit the same when the face cam's on. Hey, you... Bro, you know what I'm remembering now? When Sage had his face reveal. Chat, he had his face reveal on our podcast, bro. He had his face reveal on our podcast. Now, mind you, he already showed his face for like months at a time, bro. Months at a time. Still was streaming on Twitch like here and there. But like Twitch was really his thing. Like he's been on Twitch for a minute, bro. I remember Sage's me and Omar was cooking him because at this point, like, no one did the faceless shit anymore. Like, the one dude that was really known for being a faceless streamer literally already revealed his face for, like, weeks at this point, I think. Maybe even months. And mind you, at this point in time, people already knew what Sage looked like because of Souls and Sage, and let's keep it a buck. And Sage was like, nah, bro, like, the face reveal gotta be special. Like, it's not gonna hit the same, bro. Like, and I'm like, yo, Sage, I get it. It's a part of your brand. Maybe even comfortable streaming without a face cam, and that's what it is. But I'm like, nah, bro. Sage, turn on your fucking face cam. Like, do it tomorrow. Do it now, bro. Like, this is not something you should. You're overthinking it, bro. Put on your fucking face cam, man.
Following for reasons only girls can explain, but this only raised expectations to what he would look like whenever a face reveal would happen. This insurmountable pressure is something which wouldn't go unnoticed, which is why a face reveal still hasn't happened and probably never will.
Do you think that you're more confident now?
There really wasn't anything wrong with it.
Always be faceless than you were before?
Last year was at my breaking point with it, where I was just gonna like be.
What the fuck is this? Is this real? He did a IRL virtual interview? Is this real?
Be less careful until it inevitably happened, and now I feel like I have to be really, really careful again.
What is this, bro?
Less careful until it inevitably happened, and now I feel like I have to.
What is this? What the fuck? Going that far is corny. At that point, I just want to go in person. That's my whole thing. At that point, I just would not go in person, bruh. I want to be anonymous. If you want my interview, hop on the Zoom call. Hop on the Discord call, bro. If we got to go to this length, I'm good, man. I don't understand the world of VTubers, man. I don't even think Corpse is technically a VTuber, but I don't understand that world, man. Shout out to those that get it, but nah.
Be really, really careful again. I feel like I would be happier in a world where I could be myself openly and not worry about like hiding from everybody. But I do think it's also the best decision for me because I don't think I could handle that many people like judging me at once.
Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is that I think people tend to attribute success, prowess, or any form of excellence to be a trait of an attractive person, and when those two things don't align, something in their head just can't compute that formula. I think there's two things at play here: the halo effect and lookism. The halo effect is essentially how positive opinions of one aspect of something can affect how you view all other aspects, and lookism is prejudice or discriminations towards people you find physically unattractive. Now, this may seem like an off-topic tangent, but truthfully I believe that subconsciously people pay attention to appearance quite a bit. The best way to find out is quite simple. Say something which a lot of people disagree with, or say something which is morally reprehensible, and watch how your appearance suddenly becomes a key point in dismissing anything you have to say. For the most
bro, basketball content. Easy, bruh. Like, I could be telling you Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring one year, and there gonna be one fucking smart ass in the comment section. Shut up, fat ass! Like, Lowe's fucking Twitter comments, bro. God damn. Nah, man. I ain't gonna lie, at this point I'm used to it, but, bruh, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I put out a tweet one day talking about, this was one of my phases when I was trying to get back in shape again, and I tweeted out, bro, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds so my basketball takes get better. I'm saying, if I lose 10 pounds, my basketball takes get better type shit. I'm like, because that's really what it is, bro. I swear to God, chat, if I said a lot of the things that I said, that I've said in my career, and I wasn't short, I had a lower pitch voice, and I was good at hoop, I'm telling you right now, I would be much more credible just because of that. Just because of my physical appearance. A lot of the things I'd be saying would be deemed as more credible because of the fact that I got experience. Even though I can come to a lot of the same conclusions, not having those physical traits.
I think these 5 things are expected of every single content creator, guys and girls. Appearance is the only one where I think things get more complex, because as shown previously, people seem to expect talented creators to be above average. But is that truly a fair expectation? I don't think so, but I think it depends on what type of content you make. I would expect someone giving gym advice to be in shape at the very least. And where did this expectation come from? I'm not quite sure, but my guess is that when people are looking at someone who is more successful than themselves, they expect this person to be a tier above them in every single facet possible, and that includes appearance. Personally, I think this is illogical, but it is the current reality. With expectation comes pressure. Some are self-inflicted and others are forced upon us, but overall, this happens to all creators. But here's why I think women face a unique set of pressure from such expectations. First up is makeup, and I'll explain myself. If being deemed more attractive has been proven to be more beneficial and can even contribute to your success, then it would make sense for a girl to wear makeup. But this is such a weird standard to have when the content that you're making isn't even about your appearance. Unlike girls, guys don't sit in front of their mirror for half an hour before they turn on their camera. I can't imagine what it's like to have to put on makeup just to play Call of Duty or Valorant or chess. Now girls can simply choose not to, but I wouldn't expect someone to do that when every other woman is wearing makeup, especially in an industry where people are fighting for viewer attention. If every girl decided not to do it, then sure, but being the only one to put yourself at a disadvantage is a big ask. But at the same time, now you have girls using live camera filters, and I get the reasoning why, but at what point is it enough? And at what point does it become maladaptive?
Guys, Pokey has fucking like beauty filters on her camera. Literally, you can see you can literally see it flicker on and off. You saying I have makeup? It's not like that. You guys are so fucking dumb. It's putting a line on my lips. I'm going to look.
You look pretty as fuck.
Look.
What the fuck?
Oh, how he said
Pause.
I don't even know how he said that.
Look how scuffed I look. Are you seeing it?
This brings me to point number 2, which is explicit content, and for this I'll focus mostly on the live stream side of things. Explicit content has always and will always be a method of getting clicks. It just is what it is. And with the popularization of sites like OnlyFans and many women are getting into that content sphere, women that you can literally find in any walk of life, it has created this unprecedented expectation that every single woman may have an OnlyFans. This wasn't the case before, but now you could probably find people in random comment sections of female creators asking does she have an OF, just because they find a person attractive, something which again isn't expected out of the male counterparts.
That was that. Do you have an OnlyFans? No, I do not have an OnlyFans, and I'm not gonna take advantage of our pseudo relationship, sir. Stop paying money to OnlyFans. Go outside. Talk to some ladies. It's much healthier for you.
Precedents are being set by multiple participants, which seems to also negatively affect those who want no parts of it and don't even engage in that sort of content. And overall, it seems that it's brought this stage in that sort of...
Chat, should I make my layout like that, bro? That layout look kind of clean. What the fuck? Should I do that? Damn.
Content. And overall, it seems that it's brought this stigma against women and resentment that
of course they'll use their bodies to gain an advantage. They have nothing else to offer.
But when these girls get rewarded this way for participating in this content style, I can see why they don't care about the costs, especially when it can put them in a different tax bracket. When you don't sexualize yourself, people will find a way to get it out of you. But the moment you give the people what they want in exchange for profit, you're suddenly someone unworthy of respect. A true lose-lose situation. Damned if you do, and damned if you don't.
Can women be funny?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of course.
Edginess has always been an interesting element of content to observe, and I think subconsciously people truly desire it. There are a few definitions for the term edgy, so let me define the term first.
Let me say this. I don't necessarily know if it's a gender difference, but I don't think there will ever be a female streamer or a woman streamer that ever comes up and do the shit that Speed and Kai and Aiden are doing, bro. I just don't see a woman doing shit like this, bro. Like I don't know, bro. Why not? And maybe this is just an observation. But I feel like women are just too mature to do shit like this. It's not even a diss. It's not even not even no diss shit, bro. Like, I just feel like women are too mature to be doing shit like this. Like, a lot of women content creators that I watch, again, are on some cozy shit. They're on some lifestyle shit. They're maybe talking about they may be doing a podcast. They may be talking about drama. All this other shit. I don't see women creators going out in public just barking at random people. I just don't see that. Reverse this. Y'all thought I was gonna get canceled for that. Crazy. Like, I don't like, a lot of their content is just chill shit, you know? But I don't know.
People truly desire it. There are a few definitions for the term edgy, so let me define the term first. I will define edginess as a behavior which is not conforming to the current norms of rules, usually for the purpose of being provocative, offensive, and or individuality. When someone is being edgy, they're most likely aware that the behavior which they're displaying isn't something which is commonly displayed because of the environment they're in. So oftentimes they pride themselves on being the only ones behaving in this manner, and they don't care about the backlash they get. Over time, they'll begin attracting those who are also in a similar mindset, and here's where the feedback loop begins. Being rebellious is seen in school because people don't like authority. Being provocative is seen in school because you're engaging in a behavior which could garner negative effects, but you do so anyway, which displays courage and authenticity. Being offensive or toxic is seen in school because being confrontational is better than being silent. It shows fearlessness in addressing what you think is morally reprehensible. Looking at edginess this way, I can see why it's so attractive, because in a sense, you're watching a superhero. Someone who's courageous and authentic, who fights for what they think is right, and isn't afraid of what others think of them. All of these are considered positive traits, but at the same time, there are many who find edginess to be cringe and corny and think that it's all an act just to seem different. The mistake that people make is thinking that being hateful or toxic is the same as being edgy. Protesting is an edgy behavior, and people protest for non-hateful causes all the time. Another mistake people make is thinking that the edgier you are, the more real you are, which would logically lead to the conclusion that those who aren't edgy are fake.
It's a bunch of sneako pics. Yo, this guy's low-key funny, man. He throwing these little jabs in the video that I like, bro.
As much as edginess is romanticized, what I've noticed is that being edgy sort of desensitizes you, which in turn also desensitizes your community because it makes it easier for toxicity to grow because, well, there's no rules. And the rules which do exist, no one cares about following it because remember, we're edgy, rebellious, provocative, offensive, etc. So after countless hours of research, I've created this chart which at first glance looks awfully similar to the alignment chart, and you would be correct. That's exactly what it is. You may disagree with some of these placements, and that's fine. This is just my subjective opinion. I've already spent too much time going back and forth on this, and this is what I ended up with. But anyway, on to the analysis. I like to think that edgy behavior has a large overlap with chaotic behavior, and by looking at this chart, we can see that the majority of edgy creators are men. What I've noticed is that when women start creating content, they start off safer and more mellow and kind of just dipping their toes into the water. But male creators hit the ground running. They're loud, abrasive, divisive, toxic, etc. But this may be because guys are used to the environment which gaming has always been: toxic, edgy, competitive, etc. Seeing a guy being edgy online is nothing new, and we have been conditioned to expect this.
It's the same old fucking shit! God damn! The frauds, dude! Nobody wanna sit there and block the same shit for 3-4 seasons. You ain't talented! I'm talented!
Another aspect to consider is that being edgy is polarizing, and polarizing figures are both heavily liked and disliked. There's no in between. Because remember, the content creator has put themselves in a position of extremes. If women already deal with a set of circumstances online, I can see why they wouldn't want to add another aspect which could amplify these circumstances. It's important to remember that the feedback that you receive is a result of the audience that you've built and the type of content that you make. It's why certain creators can say certain things and get a minimal amount of flack for it, but the same can't be said if someone else tried to do the same. Female creators tend to attract a more female audience, and how receptive are women to edgy content? Are they fans of it? Can women relate to a content creator who behaves that way? They might expect it from a guy, but from a girl, maybe not as much. Being edgy or chaotic is the equivalent of digging a tunnel. You're literally pushing a limit and allowing yourself more breathing room. But push a limit too far and you risk everything collapsing on you. These content creators have allowed themselves enough breathing room to be as edgy.
Let me look at this list, bro. So chaotic, neutral, good, lawful, evil. Chaotic and evil. Zerka, Leafy, Sneeko. I don't know who Two Mad is. Fresh and Fit, Aiden Ross. Damn. Low Tier God, Just a Minx, Fousey. I feel like Aiden's he's a little too, I feel like his content from the last couple months ain't, you know what I'm saying? He should be probably like closer to here. Speed, Tana, Belle Delphine, Amaranth, XQC, what's this? Chaotic and Good, Jinxie, Rage, Corey Kenshin, Etika, Moist, RDC World. Let's look at the other side. SS Sniper Wolf, I'm dead. Lawful and Evil. What the fuck? James Charles, Jake Paul, Nadia, Lily Pichu. Yeah, this is a lot of the successful woman streamers. Lawful and Good, Pokimane, QT, like Valkyrie would probably be on here too. Connie. Connie.
As they want, and that's the thing. Being edgy is a molding process. It's shedding. Women don't usually go down this route at all, so their room for being edgy isn't as large. The most common form of edginess a girl will utilize is probably NSFW content, which is clearly what we can see here with a few exceptions. One thing I don't agree with is the demonization of those who create safer content and the assumption that those who do are silenced and muzzled from saying their own opinion because of the audience they have. What people don't realize is that the theory can go both ways. The creators who exist over here can't really dumb down their edginess, or else their audience will call them boring and scared, they'll get accused of becoming soft, and they'll be told that they're losing their edge.
I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, or if we're going to lower the tone a bit here, but didn't you actually have like a serious issue with a stalker once? It's all well and good us like laughing at the creepy DMs, but there is a time when it can go too far, isn't there?
I never watched that again, man.
There are times when it has gone bad. I have had bad stalkers in the past, but the one that sticks out for everyone is one of the worst. I think in the top 5, I'd say.
In the top 5? How many have you had?
Been streaming quite a few.
Have you ever heard the expression, don't bite more than you can chew? But what about someone who's forced to chew something they never...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Streaming specifically welcomes parasocial relationships more than any other type of content. And parasocial relationships and women is a bad combination. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, by the way. But, yo, that's a really bad combination, bro. That's a really bad combination. Just because you're a woman content creator doesn't also necessarily mean that a majority of your audience is going to be female. You know what I'm saying? I actually know a guy who is the reverse. Like, I was looking at his chat earlier before I hopped on stream, bro. It's actually the reverse. A lot of women in his chat.
Never bit in the first place. That's essentially what parasocialism is. A word which is dead because people have once again misused and overused the word to the point of meaninglessness. But it's something which plagues anyone with notoriety. We can clearly see this with musicians. The fan bases are loyal, sometimes to the point of obsession.
TSO Sage, relax, bro. It's my friend from high school. I don't know if I showed y'all his Twitch, but yeah, man, I'm not the biggest creator from my high school, bro. I am not the biggest creator from my high school. But his content, like, I don't even get the appeal, me personally, but it's not for me. It's not for me, you know what I'm saying? So
fan interactions were very rare before social media, and even now they don't happen too often depending on the artist. It's a little different with content creators, however, because fan interactions are very common and fan bases don't exist here.
I'll show you after this video.
And I would say that live streamers probably get the worst of it because feedback is instant. Type some stupid shit in the chat and
I've been looking for this video, chat. Every time I see this on my timeline, it cracks me up, bro. What the fuck? Yeah. I've been looking for this video, bro. Hold on.
Say that live streamers probably get the worst of it because feedback is instant. Type some stupid shit in the chat and you'll get a reaction. Give the creator some props and you'll get a reaction. Seeing the day-to-day of someone's life, the highs and lows, people tend to feel closer to a person like this, especially when they can relate to them. These bonds are of course not real. They're one-sided and aren't an accurate depiction of a healthy relationship. I'll be honest, I don't know the data on this, but it wouldn't surprise me if the majority of female creators with a large following have experienced a stalker problem at least once. Guys who develop parasocial relationships are mentally not all the way there and have fallen in love with someone on their screen
and I would argue, like, obviously really large creators deal with stalkers regardless of the gender. Even on that scale, women definitely experience it more than men. But especially on like a mid-level sense, lower tier sense, the barrier to entry to get a stalker is much lower for women than men. Much lower.
And not make it their pet project to meet the person who they're infatuated with. Some people are in so deep that the moment they find out the creator is not single, they actually feel a sense of betrayal, like they were cheated on, because in their minds they actually thought they had a chance with these creators. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, now you got female creators getting deepfaked for gooning purposes. Like they have to goon. They just gotta goon. They just gotta goon. So remember, even when you don't objectify yourself, someone out there will. Like I said before, damned if you do, and damned if you don't. All of these things do happen to male creators as well, and let's not be ignorant to that. But majority of these deep fakes and stalking victims are women. Girls aren't the ones clipping moments of when guys stand up and walk away from the camera and make YouTube compilations out of them. It just doesn't happen. And although some of you may think that you would like to be in a position where someone gives you large amounts of money, I wouldn't want a fan like this because I know they're expecting much more that I can give them in return. This level of obsession is high risk, it's volatile, a balloon waiting to pop, a bomb ready to explode. I know it may seem like a circumstance to be envious of, but believe me, it's not worth it. And the girls who take advantage of such people are literally playing with fire. I know this is definitely an unpopular topic to even discuss because the internet is just a very divisive space, and we're talking about women which if anyone tries to defend or show the smallest bit of compassion to, you're seen as a plethora of things, let's be honest. But I thought to myself, if I was a girl and I wanted to do YouTube or even just live stream, what would I do? And how different would the road to success be in comparison to the male counterparts? It's also hard to get people to empathize with a category of creators where a subcategory makes it optically impossible to say anything because the choice of content creation is controversial, especially when
Yeah, I think truly it's just in terms of easiness, I guess it just depends on the content that you're making. Like obviously, if you're trying to be like an IG baddie, because you know men can be IG baddies too. That path is just much easier for women. I can't even lie to you. I would say the food niche is kind of 50-50. Damn, go back. Look at your freak ass. Food niche is kind of 50-50. I actually think food is like gender neutral. If you can cook, you can fucking cook. I ain't gonna lie. Gaming depends on the sector of gaming, but I would say in general it is harder to break through as a woman than a man. I would say obviously makeup and beauty shit. Women got a chokehold on that. Lifestyle content, I still think women do better than men in terms of lifestyle content, but that's obviously, you know what I'm saying? Because men are going to be looking for men lifestyle content. Women are going to be looking for women lifestyle content. Podcasting depends way too much on the topic because that's Vegas shit. That's pretty much just saying like you either stream or make videos or some shit. Commentary YouTube.
Let's get it.
I don't sports. Just because a decent amount of sports are male dominated, then men probably do better than sports. But
US of a particular platform seems to be highly favorable towards such a group, but painting all female creators under this brush is dumb. That would be the same as generalizing kick streamers as the whole of the live streaming space, but I digress. The online experience of girls has been an interesting thing to observe and research. The paths which they take in content creation, how they're integrated, but ultimately I'm not a girl, so I would be curious to hear that perspective on this video, as well as your opinion, the person watching, because maybe I've got it all wrong. Maybe it's not that serious. Maybe these things aren't uniquely affecting female creators. Maybe this curse is nothing but an illusion.
I think a decent focus of this video is live streaming. And, you know, specifically the hub of live streaming is Twitch. Twitch at the end of the day, well not at the end of the day, but it's still like a primarily gaming platform. You know what I'm saying? So growing as a Twitch streamer as a woman is probably harder than growing as a Twitch streamer as a man, just because of what the meta is, unless again you're doing OF shit, you know what I'm saying, you're doing Amaranth shit. But whatchamacallit, but if you're a YouTuber or if you're live streaming on YouTube, it may be a completely different story, I feel like, personally. Also, scamming methods tier list is insane. But that's a W video, though. I really like that video, man. You know what? I may throw a sub, man. I may throw a sub. Damn. One video in 5 months. Damn. That need more traction, chat. What the fuck? What is this? What? He is contributing to the problem. What?